Alright. What's up, guys? DenDenBMX here with another Balisong unboxing and review. And today we are going... Which direction is Russia? I don't know. But today we're going to be looking at this. This is an Atropos Kratos. And that's what it looks like. See, I got a live blade this time, you babies. Which I don't even know if anyone gave me shit for that whenever I got this one. But yeah, this one's a live blade, so cue the B-roll.
Flashback.
Alright, ladies and genitals, let's see what lies inside of this package. Whew. Whoa, that is very yellow. Oh my gosh. As you can see, we have a very nice sheath. Then we also got a buttload of spare parts. That's a damn cool Balisong holster. All the way from Nizhny Novgorod, Russia. Let's see what kind of Atropos I have received in this package. Ooh, oh man. Dang, that is sick. That is really smooth. That's a lot smoother than I was expecting. Okay, that's so cool. All right, tolerance check and sound test right out of the box. There's a little bit of play, and then since there is that much play, of course there's going to be tap. Whew. Okay. That's right, hoes and hoettes. I know you saw the title of this video, and today we are going to figure out if this is the Russian equivalent to the BRS Replicant. And is it possibly better? Let us find out. Right after we get through like the backstory and me being a tool and shit like that. So let's get it over with right away. If you guys go on to enjoy this video, I would really appreciate it if you let me know and help support the engagement on this video by leaving a like, leave a comment, give me your thoughts and opinions, maybe share the video around. Make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already and you enjoy the content that I put out. Hit that bell notification, you know, just embrace your inner Chris Brown, your inner Amber Heard, and just start, you know what I'm saying? Just smack it. And if you are a big fan of this channel and you really want to, you know, you really want to do something for me, well then maybe consider joining the channel membership. That is hands down the best way to support me, but it's not all just for me, you know? When you do that, you get access to a bunch of extra goodies and stuff like extra perks other normal subscribers wouldn't get, and you also get access to a bunch of exclusive videos that other people won't get, such as maybe a little preview for a couple other Ballies to come. Okay, come. But anyway, yeah, I'm done being a tool. Let's get into the backstory of how I acquired this product. So a couple months ago when I started getting back into Balisongs again, I was looking around trying to figure out what kind of like system I wanted to try. Like did I want to try more trainers? Did I want to try more live blades? Did I want to try ones that were like titanium or aluminum or G10 with something underneath it? Like bushings, bearings, sandwich handles, channel handles, there's a lot. And I came to the conclusion that I wanted a Balisong with G10 handles, specifically white G10, because I was watching videos of people flipping like a white Replicant or like a white Nautilus, and I was like, damn, okay. And then I went over to Atropos Knife's Instagram, because they make good stuff like out of titanium and shit that's actually affordable, and their stuff's always in stock, which can't be said for like any other Balisong company ever. And he also does like custom orders too and stuff like that, which I really like, but not for like a batshit crazy price, you know? So I started scrolling through his page, see what new stuff he's come up with, and he has a style of Balisong called the Black Mood or whatever, I think that's what he calls it, but it's a sandwich style Balisong with titanium liners and G10 scales, and he's come out with those for a while, but he just a couple months ago he started making white versions of them with white G10, and he would anodize the titanium blue, and that was it. My search had ended. I knew what I wanted out of life, and it was one of those. So I messaged good old Constantine and I gave him my ideas. It was pretty much essentially what he had posted on his Instagram, but with a different blade. So I messaged him my little proposition, and a little while later he got back to me and he said, sorry man, I'm too busy right now, I'm not doing custom orders at the moment. And then I was like, shit, okay, how soon are you going to be doing custom orders? And then he said, probably in like February. So I was like, oh, okay. So I did plan on waiting till then. And then I started going after like a squid nautilus, and I got scammed out of that. But maybe stay tuned for a little update on that. But shortly after I realized that, I was just looking around to maybe just grab something else, just so I could have something to review for you guys here on the channel. And so I was looking at the Balisong sale hashtag on Instagram. And I saw that someone had actually listed one of those white and blue Atropos Balisongs. And it was a cool guy named Landon. I think his name is Big Deal Flips on Instagram. I'll put it right here. He's a pretty cool guy. Definitely go give him a follow. I bought it from him, and he got this thing over to me fast. So now that you're all cut up, I get it because it's about butterfly knife. Now that you're all caught up, let's bring you guys over here. We'll take a closer look. And then after that, we'll go flip it. All right, class. So here is the subject of today's video, and let's open her on up. You can see the awesome looking Bowie blade. And now, oh God. As you can see, this is a sandwich style butterfly knife or Balisong that is constructed of 4 slabs of titanium, 4 slabs of white G10, 2 little titanium block spacers down here. This Balisong runs on bushings and Zen pins, which is very nice, my preferred setup. And then of course the blade steel is possibly the nicest blade steel out of all of them. It is N690. Nice. And it is a damn good blade steel. I was embracing my inner Gus Fring and using this as a box cutter the other day. When I word it like that, it kind of sounds like I was killing someone. I wasn't killing anybody. I was just literally cutting up boxes with this thing. And yeah, this thing still has like a crazy edge on it. And I think this thing's got to be at least half a year old already. Now, unfortunately, the tip has been deleted from this Balisong, but it still kind of works. Like from a distance, you can't really tell. So since it is tipped, some people would consider that a negative. But I think the one real negative with this Balisong in particular, Landon said that when he got it from whoever he bought it from, I don't know if he bought it from Atropos or if he bought it used, they sent it to him with a stripped pivot screw. So he had to go get an aftermarket pivot system. And now don't get me wrong, it works and it flips great, but the tolerances on this thing are cheeks. This thing probably has some of the worst tolerances of all my Balisongs. And it's not like that's a huge negative, because one, I'm not that anal about tolerances, and two, it can always get fixed in the future. But unfortunately at this current moment, it does not have the best tolerances. It's got quite a bit of play in it, and it is mainly coming from the safe handle. Now, critical thinking is telling me this is the pivot system that needed to be fixed. Now, it's either that the actual pivots themselves are a little too big, or this might just need a little bit bigger washers, or maybe a different bushing thrown in there. Whatever it is, I've got these screws fully cranked down, and there is quite a bit of wiggle. I mean, there's wiggle on the other side too, but it's nowhere near as much. And of course, there is tap. It's just like a hair too much to be like what I would call acceptable. But I did buy this thing used. Again, I'm not that anal about it. And regardless of the tolerances, it still flips really well. Really, it being loose just makes it kind of feel loose for one. And then it also just results in there being a decent bit of blade rub. Regardless of that, I still really like this thing. Since we're up close and personal, we can do the sound test right here. So as you can see, even though the tolerances aren't the best, it's still pretty nutty and still pretty bouncy. And then it may not be surprising, but these two flip remarkably similar to each other. I think the BRS is just a little bit more refined and a little more evenly balanced and a little bit lighter, but this thing is still just like its raw flipping ability is still awesome. And I think I've yapped on quite long enough, and it's finally time to actually show you how well this thing flips. And let's go get into the flipping demo. All right, fellers. So, ow. I really just cut myself just doing that. I just like moved just a little too much and I let it kiss me. The thing just barely tapped me and I started bleeding like a bitch. All right, well, we know she's sharp, but how does she flip? Oh my God. She flipped very nice. I really like how this thing flips. Although it is a little sketchy because of how loose it is. Like you can like feel it. Like it feels good to flip. You can just like feel how loose it is, and sometimes it messes you up a little bit, but it's not that bad. Most things on it work really well because of the balance on it. And if this thing just had better tolerances, this thing would be a menace. It'd be a monster. It'd be one of the top flippers. So there's the balance point on it. Now it is a little handle bias, but not by much at all. As you can see, it works very good for fans, both of the regular and of the choker variety. Little rollovers and like little setup tricks that work very good. Aerials are sketchy, but they work. They are easy to time. It's just like I said, that looseness kind of makes them a little sketchy sometimes. Parabolic aerials feel good on it. All these little rollovers and twirls, they all feel really good. And then scissors work great on this thing. And yeah, it flips really great. It does everything that I like to do pretty damn well. Well, it just gets a little loose and a little funky sometimes, but overall it is really good. I can't wait till I actually like dial this thing in and get it really nice and solid. So this is a little spoiler, but I've got at least 2 more new Balisong vids after this one. All 3 of them have given me a greater appreciation for tolerances. I used to always say I didn't really care that much because I've always flipped Balisongs that are that do have play and tap, but it's not so much that it like affects the flippability. This one is to where it's just loose enough to where it kind of makes flipping it just a little sketchy. So like if you're doing aerials, it could get off its axis a little bit if you don't throw it just right. There's a couple things you gotta look out for, and it may spaz out and do something weird, but overall it does flip real nice. But then one of the other 2 that I've got, it's got perfect tolerances. Like there's literally no play and no tap, and like it felt better to flip. That sounds kind of obvious now that I say it out loud, but for an old head like me that never really thought about that stuff, I see why a lot of people are so particular about it now. And it's just having examples of really bad tolerances and really good tolerances has made me appreciate why people are so into like the tolerances of a knife now. Dang it. But other than that, marginally holding this knife back, this thing is a fantastic flipper. I really like this thing a lot. This is also the first like razor sharp knife I've flipped in quite a while. And it's helped, yeah, I still got it. Don't get it twisted. I thought I might have maybe fallen off with flipping real sharp knives a little bit just because I flip trainers so much now, that I thought I would maybe get a little sloppy with live blades, but no. Like, don't get me wrong, my Replicant and my Chab are still sharp, but they're not razor sharp like this fucking thing. So yeah, overall, it flips really well, and it does everything great. It's just, fuck. Almost got a ring of death right there. Whew. Or a ring of shame. It's called the ring of shame. Sorry, I was an Xbox boy. I'm gonna do the Will Hirsch thing. That's a little line he always does in his POV videos. Yeah, this thing feels really good to flip. It flips great. I really wish these tolerances were a little bit better. It would really turn this thing into a fantastic flipper. Like if the tolerances were good, this would get like a 9.7 or maybe even like a 9.8 or a 9.9 in terms of flipping. But since the tolerances aren't the best and it's really loose, I think I'd give it maybe like an 8.5 or maybe even a 9. It's really great. It's just that one thing is just holding it back just a little bit. But overall, I really like this thing. I guess that's going to wrap up the flipping demo. Now let's sit back down and wrap the rest of this video up. Alright guys, so final thoughts on my new Atropos Kratos. Overall, I really like this thing. Again, I just wish it had better tolerances. This thing also broke at some point and needed to be fixed. It's just the stuff that it was fixed with wasn't the exact right stuff, that wasn't properly fit for this knife, so that is what results in it being a little loose. Like everything's fully cranked down and everything, it's just something is oversized or undersized resulting in all this. So yes, while this thing does have borderline too much play, not every Atropos is going to be like this. This is a unique situation as to why this one has too much play. They're not all going to be like that. Quite the opposite actually. While it is a pretty big negative, it can be fixed. I have no doubt in my mind that at some point I'll either fix it myself or I'll send it out to get fixed, and it'll really take this thing to the next level and make this thing an awesome Balisong. So even though it does have its issues, this thing is a great flipper, and it's got the potential to be an amazing flipper. It's got good handle gap. I love the flushness on the ends of the handles. I like the profile. I love the design in the G10. I love everything about this thing, and once I get this thing fixed, it's going to turn into a monster. And I guess we're just going to have to do a follow-up video for when that actually does get fixed, and then we can come and take another look and see how much good tolerances have improved the flippability and performance of this thing. But until we do that, I think that is going to wrap up this particular video. So thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you made it this far all the way to the end. And if you did enjoy this video, I would also really appreciate it if you let me know and help the engagement on this video and help the channel out in general by leaving a like, leave a comment, give me your thoughts and opinions, maybe share the video around. Make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already and you enjoy all the content that I put out. And then, of course, last but not least, if you are a big fan of this channel and you want to help directly support it, maybe consider joining the channel membership. That is hands down the best way to support me and this channel. And on top of that, you'll get access to a bunch of extra perks and exclusive videos, including some first looks coming very soon, one involving what lies inside this case. So if you want to find out what's in here and get a first look before everyone else, maybe join the membership, because this little sneak peek is going to be coming very soon. But other than that, I hope you all have a good rest of your day. Thank you once again so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.